You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the Blue Plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Good morning. I'm Chip Matthews, filling in for Clay Edwards, who is out this morning for a funeral. So, and that's the only reason he's not here. I mean, you got the stalkers, which the person that thinks that I'm talking about her is not what I'm talking about. I don't think of you as the stalker. The stalker, there's a lot of stuff went viral online across different points of social media of a person walking up, actually going to where Clay was going to a grocery store, and he walked up on him, put a camera on him, followed him out to the truck. And, Clay was respectful enough to not comment or get into any issues there. But, that's just not cool, people. That is not cool. And it's going to end, something like that could end in bad. And I mean, if I were in Jackson, I'm not going to tell, if I were in Jackson and somebody walked up on me like that, it would probably end badly. I mean, I might get killed, and what is the end game in stalking somebody till you're right up on them? I mean, what's the end game? You're looking for what to happen? I know this person got a lot of clicks and it went viral and this, that, and the other, but you don't win anything. You're not going to shut us up. I mean, we run a radio show. We get on the air. We talk about issues. And if you can call in and talk pleasantly, you can get loud, you can get loud and this, that, and the other, and to the point that you can go somewhere, but you can't say bad things. You got to stay within the law. The FCC tells us what we can say and not say. And just because you hear it on TV nowadays doesn't mean that they're supposed to be saying it on TV nowadays. Let's go to the phone and see what we got. Good morning. You're on the air, WYAB. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I look, buddy, I would have warned you and Clay, all you guys. Used to, radio gave you anonymity. We didn't know what you looked like.
Right.
With y'all screaming and all, they know what you look like.
Oh, yeah.
And whoever this guy was, you, Clay's vehicle, and everything else, and you guys need to be careful. Where this guy, I think he was just doing it to intimidate and incite. You don't know when that guy's going to walk up to you and pop you.
Oh, I know. That's why when I saw it when it occurred online, and I didn't see it on Clay's page. I saw it on the other guy's page, and I just went, "Holy cow! You can't do that. You can't just be walking up on people like that."
Well, the left now. I saw a blurb just earlier. A friend of mine said where a guy had an older man too, probably in his 70s, 86, 47. And they asked him what that meant. And he's one of these idiot rallies over the weekend. And he said, kill Trump.
Yeah.
That is the mentality now. We cannot have a discussion with the left because they have no good talking points.
Well, used to, if 86-47 should be taken as a threat, I mean, then what we should do is be arresting these people for making attempted murder. I mean,
the judges turn them loose.
I mean, that's true.
And I'm like you. If a guy had walked up on me like he did on Clay, I don't know that I would have the restraint that Clay has, because I always, if I got pants on, I got at least 2 guns with me.
Well, I'm just,
always.
And Clay has mentioned it many times, so I don't mind saying it. He walked up on Clay's blind side. Clay has less vision in the left side of his eye and his ear. So the side he walked up on, is and Clay feels safe in Rankin County and in his environment, but he walked up on his left side and he's at a disadvantage at that point.
Well, Clay needs. All of you guys need to take a paranoia pill.
Well, I'm not taking a paranoia pill. I've already been through it. They shot at me from when I ran for mayor. They shot at me. I mean, they're going. If you're going to shoot at me and get me, you're going to shoot at me and get me. But until you do, I'm not going to worry about it. Now I will.
When I say paranoia pill, I'm talking about be conscious and aware of every place you are.
Oh, my head's on a swivel.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm not paranoid. I know there's some actual folks after me.
I know they're after me, and they know where I live, and they know where I have a business, and they come, they show up. But at the same time, it's that old analogy that I tell everybody: it would be great in Mississippi if we all went back to wearing 6 shooters on the side. That way you knew sure that everybody got a gun. And if you have a gun, maybe that'll deter you.
Brother, I have, of course, concealed carry permit, but I open carry.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody should open carry.
I want to, and I carry a big enough one. They know it's there, and I practice. As Festus Hagen said, I practice a lot.
There you go.
But all of y'all, be careful, because you think about it now. I'm 76 years old. Back in my day, we didn't have talk radio, but we had disc jockeys. But none of us knew what they looked like. All we ever heard was a voice.
Yeah, we were too ugly. I was one of those DJs. You're too ugly. But if you'll remember, I'm 63. I'm 63. I've been on the radio in Jackson since I was 16 or 17.
But I go back to WRBC days.
I remember that 13 WRBC, and I remember when Linda Lovelace stole the Missing C. Do you remember that?
Right. Yes.
And Dollar Rosso Flash. Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
All of you guys, be careful, because you and Clay both are, let's say, incinerary, and I like it. I mean, y'all incite response, and that's what you need to do. But
it's important to talk about the subject. It's important to talk about the subject matter that needs to be addressed. And a lot of people don't walk in the room and address the real problems of the problems. And unfortunately,
the left only knows one way.
Right.
They're all peace, love, and brotherhood till you disagree.
Right.
And they have I run into them all the time. They have no talking points whatsoever. I end up being called a racist. I'm a bigot. I'm a homophobe. I'm a transphobe. They come up with all the phobes, and they're right about it. I think, God made, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
Right.
But please, caution Clay, because Clay's a big old boy, and he's still young.
Right.
But these thugettes and thugs that are walking around, you think the bones they could make by shooting one of you guys.
That's true. That is true.
And the lady folks need to be careful, too, because I'm going to tell you something. The worst a guy can do to me is kill me.
Yes.
It's a whole lot worse they can do to a lady.
Well, I can tell you this. Unfortunately, the ladies that I know are all strapped and shoot better than I do. So,
I have nieces that live at my house, and I have taught them. I've taught them well, and they're carrying $high guns.
There you go.
But please, I mean, that was, in fact, one of my nieces first saw the thing, and she came running to me with it and said, "Is this the guy we listened to?" And that. Do you know where it was? Was it in Rankin County?
It was in Rankin County at one of the stores in Brandon. Okay. I'm not going to.
I think that person, he should be charged with menacing.
Yes. And you don't know what, I haven't not talked to Clay personally about the event. But and probably won't, because we talk, but we don't. Clay and I've been running together for years. But the reality is, Clay will take care of this. He will, and the sheriff's department, who listens to this show and every other show closely, and they also watch social media. you're not hiding what you did, So that person will probably be picked up. I don't know who he is, but but that guy, you can't go do that in public. I know we're public people, but you just can't go up to anybody and look as though you're threatening them.
Well, look at it this way. We know that the left is stupid because if you and I were if I was going to go,
oh yeah, you wouldn't know I was coming.
Well, that, and I sure wouldn't film it myself and try to make sure nobody else filmed it, so there was plausible deniability with the deal.
Oh yeah, but I that particular incident, I wonder how far where he first saw Clay, to where he could follow him to a gas station and walk up on him.
Well,
I'm going
to tell you what, it takes an idiot to do it, because I'm just like you. I wouldn't have taken it well, and there would have probably been some bad repercussions on me in the end, because I'm afraid I may have shot the guy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you just want to be joking around, this is our life. And when you threaten us, that's all you can do. You got to shoot.
And I'm an old man. I'm fragile.
Me too.
And I only have one way left to fight, and that's pulling out what I got on my hip. And good Lord knows I don't want to do that, but I'm not. I'm not going to get myself hurt or any of my family. And see, if they know about Clay, I know he's got a daughter. You think about all the scary things that this thing could go out with.
Oh, I know. And that's why I sit back and go, I've been shot at more than once, and then had to put on a vest to walk into City Hall for an election. And that's just the way it is. That's the environment we live in. We've got to get the temperature turned down to where we can talk. But the other side of that is, just because we're pointing out what is wrong with the community does not mean that we hate people. We're not walking around with a hate. These people that are shooting at, wanting to get up on us, they're walking around with the hate. And we're just trying to.
But they're the party of acceptance and love.
Yes, they don't want you to have a gun.
No, well, what was that idiot said? One of the politicians the other day said we need to take them. All the good law-abiding citizens give up their guns. The criminals would lay theirs down, and the police could take care of things.
Chance.
But this thing, after look, Charlie Kirk, what they did to him, the shooting at President Trump, these people and the politicians are hollering to, do it. What's Don Lemon said for everybody to arm themselves against ICE. If they'll go against the police, they'll go against a common citizen any day of the week.
Well,
and they feel they'll be protected.
And I'm looking at one of these people that are commenting online. You ain't pointing out, you scream every day in the mic and you blah, blah, blah. I guess you couldn't make it in the real world. That person doesn't know me at all. If that's what they're saying, because I have businesses and I do things.
I know. I know with you, radio is an avocation, not your occupation.
Well, it used to be my occupation, and I would love to do radio, and I've been looking at a radio station to buy in the market, just to tell you the truth. But I'm going to do music on it when I get it. But it's just insane what people think and what happens to people, and they take it too far. So we need to be careful out there. Hey, thank you for calling in. Go ahead,
brother. I enjoy your show and I enjoy Clay's, but Clay, if you're listening, keep your head down and watch your six.
Yeah, there you go.
All you got. Appreciate it.
Okay, we'll be back with more in just a moment right here on WYAB. Yeah, there you go.
All you got. Appreciate it.
Okay, we'll be back with more in just a moment right here on WYAB.
103.9 WYAB.
If you're a parent or grandparent, you should know that even though Mississippi is ranked as the unhealthiest state in the country, we have the highest vaccination rate for our children and grandchildren. Many of us blindly trust the medical establishment, and now it's time to question vaccine safety. Mississippi Parents for Vaccine Rights is a grassroots organization working to educate the public and lawmakers about this important topic. Be informed. Go to mpvr.org. Like us on Facebook to stay up to date on the latest information. That's Mississippi Parents for Vaccine Rights, mpvr.org.
Dr. Mike Stonington here from Stonington Farm Grass-Fed Beef. Here in South Mississippi on Stonington Farm, our steers are grass-fed and grass-finished. No grain, no hormones, no antibiotics, no mRNA vaccines. Our grass-fed and grass-finished beef is straight from our farm to your table. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and at StoningtonFarm.com. That's StoningtonFarm.com with 2 N's. And we deliver every 4 weeks to the Jackson area. We are the grass-fed difference.
The mowing season is full on here in Mississippi. I'm David Frederick, owner of Frederick Sales and Service in Brandon. The industry-changing Exmark Laser Z commercial mower turns 30 years old this year and has been redesigned with even more great features you just have to see. We have a sale going on with instant rebates, and 0% financing is available too. Stop by our store and let our award-winning staff show you the Exmark difference. Fredericks and Exmark, over 3 decades serving you in Brandon since 1993.
You often hear life referred to as running a race. The same can be said for financial planning and investing. Think of Wheeler Parker as your track coach to help you run your best financial life. Wheeler Parker provides decades of investment and wealth management strategy and experience in navigating life's hills, valleys, and curves, strictly from a financial perspective, of course. Life's a race. It takes money to run it well. And whether you're just out of the blocks or approaching the finish line, Wheeler Parker is here for the journey. Wheeler Parker, financial advisor, 601-607-7596.
I'm Sheriff Randy Tucker. I've worked alongside Judge Wise, and I know she brings fairness, common sense to justice court. She listens, she cares, and she serves our community with integrity and pride. Please join me in making the wise choice on November the 4th.
I'm Colleen Wise. I'll keep working hard every day to ensure everyone is treated with dignity and respect while upholding the law. I'd be honored to earn your vote for Justice Court Judge. Let's keep our court conservative and consistent. Vote Colleen Wise, November 4th.
Hello, I'm Gary Jolly from the Tractor Store. LS Tractor understands your passion for the land, and just like you, LS Tractor is committed to excellence and superior products. LS Tractor comes with a long list of standard features that are unmatched by other brands and backed with the LS commitment to provide exceptional customer service and satisfaction. You get a lot more for your money with the LS Tractor. Come to the Tractor Store in Richland to experience the LS difference. The Tractor Store in Richland.
Are you a wine enthusiast? Are you looking for the perfect bottle to elevate your next dinner? The ultimate destination for wine lovers is 042 Wine and Spirits on West Government Street in Brandon. They're locally owned, they're locally operated. 042 Wine offers something for everyone, from local favorites to rare vintage wines. 042 Wine and Spirits can help you find your next favorite wine. The friendly and knowledgeable folks at 042 Wine and Spirits will help you find the perfect bottle for every occasion. 042 Wine and Spirits, located on West Government Street in Brandon.
Green's Tire and Auto on Ridgewood Road in Ridgeland can do it all. Is your check engine light on? Take it to Green's. Air not blowing cold anymore? Take it to Green's. Squeaky brakes, bald tires, misaligned front end? Take it to Green's. Green's Tire and Auto can do it all. Your car can operate just like new again when you take it to Green's. Green's Tire and Auto, Ridgewood Road in Ridgeland. Take it to Green's. 601-957-0201.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
And I'm Chip Matthews filling in for Clay Edwards this morning. And we've been talking about all the different subjects and things that are going on. But let's also remember this today. Today, the Madison County Board of Supervisors will be meeting. Of course, that'll be Steen, Banks, and Griffin, along with Casey Brannon and Trey Baxter, the 2 good guys, and then the 3 amigos. And I'm looking at what they got. They got approved use of Rogers Park, class of 2005, approved some payment. I saw where they paved a road that didn't need to get paved the other day. I guess that was to take care of a friend of theirs. But let's come on down the page. Let's see, that's all. So approve that, approved payment. Anything big on the agenda today? Approved. They're just paying for everything. Okay. Appoint Neil Godfrey to the Lost Rabbit URD board. That's going to be up. Appoint Michael Hurd to the Lost Rabbit board. Mark Cliff Decker and Jim Moore to the board. It's being Casey Brannon is doing that. Let's see what else we got here. Additional per diem for election day. Of course. approved $6.5 million in borrowing. Okay, that's not what we need to do, is borrow more money. Let's see, engineering projects. And those roads include Weisenberger, Yandel, Stribling, DeWeese, Livingston Landing, approved Mississippi Department of Environmental and Quality. Okay, ought to be a pretty quick meeting going on. Of course, we don't get into what we need to do there, and that's get out of lawsuits, be told what's been going on in the world, be told what goes on when you spend our money. Yes, it says that. It says all that there, but what about these lawsuits? What about the lawsuit over the land? What about the lawsuit, the money that was missing with the $2.97 million that we don't know who had it, who brought it back, how much of it we got back, where we got it back from? Answer those questions. Answer the question about the upcoming election. Go ahead now. Somebody, one of you Republicans, which allegedly there are 3 Republicans. There'd be Steen and Brandon and Baxter. One of y'all bring up, we need to get ahead of this redistricting thing right now before, if they rule that race is not an issue when you go to draw lines, that you got to get rid of race and all your lines are drawn by race. Don't ever say they're not. Banks and Griffin, Steen. If it goes down to where you got to redraw the lines, redraw those lines now. Be proactive in being ready. Also, at this time, you need to look at where do you have too many voting precincts? They're in the Democrat. They're in the Banks and Griffin area, and they have so many precincts that what we spend in those 2 precincts doesn't compare to the 3 other precincts. The 3 other districts, what they have in precincts. There are more precincts than those 2, and that all it is a jobs program. They put 10 people in each one, maybe 12, and each one pay them $200 a piece. Now they're going to carry the per diem up. Come on. It's buying votes. They'll have to buy new people if we redraw these lines properly, and that's what needs to happen. Draw the lines according to the law. And the law says you can't use race. We should get ahead of that. Already, that should be a no-brainer for anybody. Get ahead of it. Redraw the lines inside the state legislature. Instead of worrying about school choice right now, you need to be working on school consolidation, being able to pay for everything. But at the same time, you need to be talking about redrawing the lines. And if we're waiting on the Senate to do that, and Delbert has to bring it up, that's not going to be good for us. It'll show you whether Delbert's a Democrat or a Republican real quick if he allows it to go forward to be talked about. And then we'll find out how many rhinos we have in the legislature if they vote on it or not and pass it. That's the situation. The situation is we got to get ahead of the problems that are going on. And y'all don't understand, and we're going to talk about this more on the other side. Equal rights is the law of the land. Civil rights are about to go away. Understand that. That's what this is all about. We'll be back on the other side. Clay Edwards Show. Chip Matthews filling in. Understand that. That's what this is all about. We'll be back on the other side. Clay Edwards Show.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Pocahontas, Jackson.
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. If you're counting, the government shutdown has just entered day 20. Sources tell CBS News Senate Republicans have been invited to lunch at the White House tomorrow. On the Democratic side, Bernie Sanders spoke on CBS Mornings.
You know what's going on right now in the House? The Speaker of the House, Mr. Johnson, has given his people a 5-week vacation. They're not even in Washington, D.C.
CBS's Michael Toscano reports from Washington.
The federal judiciary has exhausted its funds and will begin curtailing non-essential tasks and furloughing some of its 30,000 employees nationwide, while requiring others to work without pay. The Supreme Court was expected to run out of money over this past weekend. The building is closed to non-official visitors, but the justices will handle work functions such as hearing oral arguments and issuing orders and opinions.
Special envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are back in Israel to oversee a fragile ceasefire after CBS 60 Minutes asked the two whether Israel is guilty of genocide in Gaza.
No, absolutely not. No, there was a war being fought.
Over the weekend, Israel said it hit multiple targets in Gaza after 2 IDF soldiers were killed. President Trump suggests rebels within Hamas may be to blame for the soldiers' deaths. Saturday's live fire exercise celebrating the U.S. Marines' birthday wound up hitting an unintended target.
The California Highway Patrol says shrapnel hit one of its cars. No one was hurt. The Marines canceled remaining live fire over the highway. I-5 had been closed at the time. These drivers less than thrilled.
Traffic was terrible, but we just avoided it.
This is not great for the people. It's inconvenient.
The exercise was part of a White House-sanctioned Marine Corps 250th anniversary celebration at Camp Pendleton. California Governor Gavin Newsom called it reckless and a vanity project. Peter King, CBS News.
Amazon's bouncing back from a major power outage that knocked out popular apps and websites worldwide. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
The website Down Detector, it tracks web outages, reported issues with dozens of major sites like Amazon, Venmo, Spectrum, Ring, Verizon, Coinbase.
Cyber attack not suspected. The crew rushed to put out the flames when a lithium battery caught fire on a flight from China to South Korea. CBS's Chris Van Cleve reports incidents keep popping up despite a crackdown at airports.
Air China says there were no injuries from this weekend's incident. In August, the FAA issued a safety alert to airlines about managing all of those batteries that passengers bring on the airplanes, encouraging airlines to review and update their emergency procedures.
Dow futures up 142. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Take the next step forward in your career with great benefits and an award-winning workplace. Apply at careers.progressive.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply.
Local news and weather brought to you by Mississippi Energy Services. We're your fast, affordable, and friendly generator service company. msenergy.us. msenergy.us.
A mother and daughter killed, the result of a police chase. Today, sunny and 78. Tonight, clear and 54. Sunny and 79 Tuesday. With news on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis. That chase happened Saturday morning, starting when a person was suspected of shoplifting at the Dollar General in Terry, and Byram police spotted the suspect in a Ford Explorer, which during the chase hit a Nissan Altima head-on. The people killed were in the Altima and were ID'd as 48-year-old Shelley Davenport and her mother, 66-year-old Deborah Washington. Police did arrest the suspect. An 18-year-old was shot and killed by DeSoto County deputies shortly after midnight Sunday morning when those deputies responded to a large gathering where they say Riley James Westmoreland was firing shots, refused to drop the gun, and pointed it at them. The MBI is now looking into it. Over the weekend, another person died who had been shot in Leland during the homecoming shooting in which nearly 30 people were hurt. 25-year-old Ebony Williams had been in a Jackson hospital and was critically injured. 9 people have been arrested so far in the investigation. In Holmes County, Melvin Day has learned that he will spend the rest of his life in prison for the killing last September of 28-year-old Jordan Perry. Day was found guilty after a 2-day trial, which included video of the incident from surveillance at the Citgo on Highway 51 in Pickens, where the shooting happened. The city of Jackson had its first ever Clean Jackson Gateway Beautification Day, and Mayor John Horn expressed his pride this weekend in the people who came out to help clean up some of the major thoroughfares that visitors see when they visit the city. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
Burgers, Blues, Barbecue, the name says it all. At our spots in Madison, downtown Brandon, and Flowood at Dogwood, dive into mouth-watering, award-winning burgers and barbecue like our tender brisket and savory pulled pork that'll have you licking your fingers clean. Our B3 Catering Company can handle any job from 5 to 5,000 people, and with 2 food trucks ready for all your special events. Check out the all-new burgersblues.com to view our full menu, order carryout, and delivery by locally owned Take a Break Deliveries.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions, at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
And more testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal, and they don't care, and everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now, and I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a motherfucker.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay Edwards.
Chip Matthews filling in for Clay Edwards here on a Monday here on the program. He'll be in tomorrow morning. He's going to a funeral this morning for a friend of ours, and that's just the way it goes, people. Nobody's ducking anybody. Nobody's hiding from anybody. And don't you forget it. Okay? Good morning, Joanna, Russell, Marilyn Christian, Cannon, and Jenny Howard back. Also, we're getting people left and right. Les White had a comment. Let's see. Here's Marshall. I've been trying to figure out who to vote for judge and just saw an article about Colleen Wise. Is any of that true, not true, if I trust the source or not? Well, I guess the guessing would be, how do you handle that? I believe that the story is true. I've heard that the story is true. And yes, she was removed from court by a judge from her HOA. You know, that's just the facts. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. She's running for judge. Thank God she hadn't got to worry about the people in her HOA, because she doesn't live in the district that's occurring in. Yeah, she doesn't live in that district, so nobody in the HOA will actually get a chance to vote for her. So that would be a good thing for her. But the reality is, you're running for judge and you can't make your HOA happy. I don't know how you'll make anybody else happy. You know, I would go with as y'all see, I have Mitch Tyner up in the background on my thing. That's who I'm pushing, and and who I believe in, because he's a longtime friend of mine. I've known him his entire life, and he is a good person, and he's a judge. And he grew up in Mississippi. He's from Mississippi, went to school in Mississippi, has been a lawyer in Mississippi and Louisiana, and I think one other state that he practices in. But I mean, he's the guy. He's who I believe. So Marshall, that's what I can tell you about it. As far as the story being true, yeah, the source is correct from what I can tell. And then I've heard the rumors about it for a long time. I've heard people that when they were running and jogging through a neighborhood, that they were told, if you didn't live in that neighborhood, don't you jog in our neighborhood. But anyway, that's that. So we'll find out more as we go along, and verify and justify. I've been leaning Mitch Tyner, but is waiting to get more information in on all the candidates. Well, that's true too. You got to. That's what everybody needs to do. Find out who you're voting for. Find out what they do, what they're about. Find out information on them and weigh it. I mean, the biggest thing I have against the other person is she was appointed by Banks, Griffin, and Steen, and they've never done anything good for the county. Nothing. And right now they're in their car on the way to the supervisor meeting. Once again, y'all can prove me wrong. Do something right. Do something good for the county. You know, think about those people out on Yandle Road. They're fixing to tear their road all up. You know, are they fixing it right? We don't know, but we'll find out soon. But the truth of the matter is, get out, get informed to vote. Some of you need to go ahead and vote ahead of time. Go ahead and vote absentee. You can do that now. And if you're not informed right now, get informed. Find out the information. You have an internet, you have a computer. Don't just listen to the talking heads on the radio. Go out, find the voice. Find what you need to find out. Call the candidate. Call both candidates. Just call them up. Say, hey, why should I vote for you? Ask them if it's true themselves, what you hear about them. That's that. That's the best way I know to find out the information you want. Because as a person who has run for office, if you pick up the phone and called somebody, they would talk to you. And if they don't talk to you, you don't need to vote for them. That's just that simple. It's cut and dry. You know, that's the way you got to look at the judges' race. But anyway, let's get back to this controversial issue, of course, that's coming up, the school choice issue. There is no school choice issue. There is no education freedom issue. There is nothing written down on paper for us to look at to decide what is school choice and education freedom. Only a bunch of Republicans, the leadership, pushing an agenda toward us that says that we have to vote for school choice. And if you're not with us, you're with the Southern Poverty Law Center. He wants to say that if you're against this, you are a Democrat. Why in the world? Look, all issues aside, we know right now that in our state, at the legislators, the ones that say they're Republican, not all of them are Republicans. They just go through the motions. You just had, and I'm waiting to see what happens this year when Delbert starts appointing people. How many of these people that were Democrats last year, who came over to the Republican Party before the end of this year, then they had all this summer and all this football season to go through having the lobbyists come up and say, okay, we're going to do the school choice. We're going to do this. We're going to do school choice, and we're going to give you some money for that. We're going to do sports betting. We'll give you some money for that and carry your own trips. And all this garbage money is out there. Meanwhile, those guys that just came over from the other side will probably be given committee chairmanships by Delbert. They were Democrats last year, but they're Republicans now. But we know the truth. They'd be a rhino, and they'd be put there with the R by it where they'll say that that's what's going on, and it won't be what's really going on. And Delbert's only lining things up to run for governor for himself to win. And if the Benny Thompson district is what it is, that's that. But right now we need to put school choice aside and talk about it in a year. You can't, your big thing there is I think one of the best things would be to reform the entire education system in the state. Get everybody back to ACTs and SATs and that program, because that's what you need to get in school, right? They don't care if you made an A in Canton. They're going to look at you and say, can we trust that A in Canton? Or can we trust that A in Belzona or wherever? The system is the system, and we got to fix the system. 60% of the money in up there in Grenada goes to administration, goes to the superintendent, goes to everybody else. These Republicans, Bill Henson just typed in, these Republicans that support the school of choice line, if garbage, are the true dyed in the red Trump lapdogs. Just because Trump likes it does not make it right. Come on, people. Common sense. Well, Bill, I also look at it this way. Is Trump said school choice, meaning, and the way I look at his choice was, it doesn't work. Our system here doesn't work. We're going to close down our system. This is how we're going to fix the problem. We're going to close down and we're going to give you the choice to spend the money where you need to spend it. That's a different form of school choice, a completely different thing. Doesn't have anything about moving from school to school to school to school. That's a Mississippi thing. What's the number to call in? 601. Oh, shoot, Chip. I'm losing my mind. Oh, God. I'm losing my mind. 601-879-0003. Give me a call. 601-879-0003. But that's the thing on the school choice thing. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make school choice, where they're sending us our money to fix the problem and cutting it out to where there's more for us. But we're going to just waste it. Every piece of land in the state, every piece of land in the state is used for raising taxes to put people in school and pay for the school and to do the right thing. But that's not what happens. We don't get it right. We need to completely redo the system, tear it all up, fix it. Will the government have some control of the private schools if they take any government dollars? That's a good question. Now, see, I think that, look, my mama put 4 kids through Canton Academy back in the day. Single mom raising 4 kids, okay? And she paid for everything. She didn't take child support or anything like that. She just paid for everything. And it was tough and a struggle, she says. And I'm sure it was. But the reality is, you pay taxes, you should be able to carry your money wherever you want it. But not until you fix the problem of the public schools from the top to the bottom. We can take another year and fix that. I don't know. I'm just an ignorant old private school boy. I don't know anything. I talk on the radio. I run a restaurant. That's it. I'm stupid. I'm an ignorant person. But the reality is, when we elect these legislators, most of them are ignorant. They're stupid to even run sometimes, because you're putting yourself on the shelf to make the decision for us, and you don't make a decision. Nothing worse than a politician who gets in office and won't make a decision, because that's what happens 99.9% of the time. They want to do a study. They want to do a this. They want to do a that. But the reality is, they don't want to make a decision. They don't want to upset somebody on the left or upset somebody on the right. They want to stay in office, get their years in, and go home. And then the fact that PERS, they want to change PERS to where you're a fireman or somebody or a policeman and you're 35 years to retire. That's ridiculous. That's more like y'all betting the odds that maybe now we won't have to pay out so much more money. I mean, come on. Okay, so here we got private school old boy here too. Centerville Academy, 7 years, and Pine Hills Academy, 5, and a PhD graduate. As you and my parents sacrificed a lot to send us to these schools, and these schools created segregation. When segregation came in the form of those that were in school, I was in the first grade when they took us out of school and put us in to a tent factory to go to school, because that was going to be, that's the answer. That's the answer. And it really wasn't the answer, but that's the answer. That was the times. You did it because that's what you had to do. You know, we weren't going to have this mixing and this, that, and the other. Now, black and white children go to school together. Not only that, black and white children date. It all goes on now. It's out there. Don't act like it doesn't happen. And if you're a certain age, you look at it and go, that ain't right. That ain't right. But that's the world evolving into what it is. And the school issue and the people that are down there making decisions on school choice are just not thinking it through from top to bottom. And I don't know what to think of that. I just, I don't know why you want to rush an issue through. You need to be thinking right now what y'all need to be doing. If you're the legislature, if you're Delbert and you're thinking about what's going to come up on the agenda, you need to say, we need some committees talking about school choice and let's have some good conversations, but let's not bring that up till next year. We need to get the budget done on time where the people will trust us again, because last year we had to pay extra money, $100,000 a day, for y'all to go learn how to do a budget. So we need to get ahead on the budget. We need to go, let's reform the school thing to where only 30% of what we're sending into the school district goes to the superintendents and the people up at the top. And let's also, we have 140 districts in an 82 county state, which only 81 counties have schools. One county doesn't have any. Let's go ahead and reduce that number of districts, have less money going to the superintendent and the staffing at the top. Then you would have some money trickle down, because when you go to work at the school as a teacher, the big money is to get into administration. Why isn't the big money doing the job in which you wanted to do when you went to become a teacher and teach the kids? That's what you went to school to do. You went to school to teach the kids, and they made it a money grab. And then you have these people that go get drive-through doctorates at Jackson State, and they become a doctor, and they get more money and more money. The more letters they can put behind their name, they get more money. They're not worried about the kid. They're worried about them and their education and their money in their pocket. Why don't we make it to where the teachers have money in their pockets? Why don't we flip it all around to where it makes sense to everybody? It's easy to solve problems if you got some decision makers in office. When you go to vote, make sure you got people that are well informed. And that takes me back to Mitch running for office for the judge. He's a lawyer. He's a resident of Canton. He's a business owner. He's a graduate. But I put more into being a business owner than all the other stuff. Because as a business owner, when people come in that courtroom, you need somebody that'll make a logical decision that would keep a business open or keep a person open or take care of their business, where you understand all aspects of life. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand what it takes to do all these other things. But they need to learn. They need to learn to be a part of it. They need to learn to be a part of the system and help things out and make things happen. That's what's got to happen. We'll be back with more right here on the Clay Edwards Show. I'm Chip Matthews, filling in. Good morning. That's what's got to happen. We'll be back with more right here on the Clay Edwards Show. I'm Chip Matthews, filling in. Good morning.
.1039 WYAB.
Looking for the ultimate reset for your body and skin? At Core Wellness and Recovery, you'll find next level services like cryotherapy, red light therapy, infrared sauna, body sculpting, and advanced facials. Whether you want to boost performance, recover faster, or just feel your best, Core Wellness and Recovery delivers real results with zero downtime. From muscle relief to radiant skin, this is self-care redefined. Come experience the future of wellness, Core Wellness and Recovery, just off Highland Colony in Ridgeland. Book now at corewellnessandrecovery.com.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for two things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Whether you're at home, in your car, or on the field, let Shelter be your shield. Come see me, Jamie Creel.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
UrgiVet Emergency Vets Madison has been serving your pets for 5 years now. From late night emergencies to weekend worries, we have been here caring for your pets when your regular vet isn't available.
From the moment you walk in the door, our team of veterinary professionals is here to care for your pets at all hours of the nights, on weekends, and holidays. Located at 15 Olympic Way in Madison. Call us at 601-790-1918. UrgiVet, always here when your pet needs us most.
Hey, freedom lovers, Big River Ballistics in Morton is your one-stop shop for all your 2A needs. From suppressors to everyday carry pistols and everything in between, we've got the gear. Test it at our beautiful facility and stretch out your rifle on our 1,150-yard range. Memberships start at only $40 a month. And hey, veterans, first responders, military, you're getting 10% off everything, including memberships. Visit BigRiverBallistics.com. That's Big River Ballistics, where freedom fires. Big River Ballistics, Morton, Mississippi.
Tri-County Tree Service, the Jackson Metro's premier company to handle all of your tree service needs. Russ Borland and his team specialize in large tree, low-impact removal. Tri-County Tree Service has the right equipment to safely handle the most technical trim jobs or tree removals. Storm damage can happen year-round, so let them clean it up and they'll deal with your insurance claim. Tri-County Tree Service, by phone at 601-TREE-GUY or online at tricotreeservice.com. That's tricotreeservice.com.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
And I am Chuck Matthews filling in for Clay Edwards. He will be back tomorrow morning, 7:07. Don't you dare miss it. And he'll be, it's going to be rough. He's got some stuff that he has got on his mind that he's going to bring to you, and we'll just let him do that. As I look through the newspaper, what am I looking for? What are y'all doing today? Here we go. Let's go right here. So, college football, great again. State's playing football, allegedly. They're playing football. Their coach is not with them. The coach needs to become part of the team and play to win games rather than play to do something completely different. Ole Miss, it got to be where it was. Let's see what's going on. We're still talking about these school districts here. So Bill Henson has typed in, we do not need 152 school districts in a state with a population as small as ours. And also, we do not need 122 state representatives or state senators. So much waste in the state, so much. Do not get me on my soapbox today. Well, sir, you need to get on your soapbox, because every day we need to get on our soapbox and work on reducing government waste. The problem is not enough people like you, Bill, or me, or Clay or anybody, or Andrew Gosser. I mean, Kim Wade, our whole show. I mean, we're only a few people out preaching what need to do. Because when you look at some of the other radio stations in town that take money from the state government, they seem to get on the state government side. They seem to bring politicians on the air that are going to skew in that direction. And it's a friendly pat on the back. They rub them like kitties. How are you doing? Let's pet you. Yeah, you're going to do this. And they're going to get money. They're going to talk about the lottery. They're going to get some money for the lottery. They're going to get money for everything that they do over there. They probably 70% of their income, maybe 60%, maybe 70. Hell, it may be 100% of the money that the other stations take in is your money. It's your tax dollars. You're paying for those commercials on those other stations. You pay for when they just want to sit around and say, I'm Andy Gibson, and I want you to think about this. Or I'm Delbert Hostman, and I want you to think about that. Or I'm Mr. McRae. I want to give y'all some money. All you got to do is come down here and claim it. If your name's on the book, it'll be yours. You know, that's all government waste. You know, Shad White's trying to cut out government waste, and we need to do something about it. I mean, used to in the old days, a radio station had to give X amount of time, and that was all the stations, to all the legislators, not you know, the state, the ones like Benny Thompson, the ones that go to Washington, D.C. And then they would do a little bit for your locals. But you had to do X amount of programming just to those people to get the message out, to where we knew the message was getting out. Now they pay for that time, and we don't accept that money. We don't accept money from the state. We don't accept your tax dollars. Not here. That's what we do. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. It, you know, kudos to the management here for not giving in. You know, and if state money needs to go to do state things, everything that go, if we have extra money laying around every year, that's the easier way to cut taxes. I know last year y'all got rid of the personal income tax. I didn't notice it, and probably won't notice it for 5 years, because you didn't get rid of it. You lied to us. You couldn't even get a budget done last year. Let's take another break. We'll be back. I'm just getting mad. Just getting mad. Let's take another break. We'll be back. I'm just getting mad.
.1039 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
Craving something extraordinary in Jackson? Manship Restaurant is where your taste buds hit the jackpot. Join us for happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. where your wallet will thank you and your stomach will sing. Indulge in half-price wood-fired pizzas, because why pay full price for half the fun? And for just $5, dive into our private barrel bourbon picks. That's right, luxury on a budget. Plus, beat the heat with our frozen drink specials, a tropical escape without the travel expenses. Make your way to the Manship, where happy hour isn't just a time, it's an experience.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Are you a wine enthusiast? Are you looking for the perfect bottle to elevate your next dinner? The ultimate destination for wine lovers is 042 Wine and Spirits on West Government Street in Brandon. They're locally owned, they're locally operated. 042 Wine offers something for everyone, from local favorites to rare vintage wines. 042 Wine and Spirits can help you find your next favorite wine. The friendly and knowledgeable folks at 042 Wine and Spirits will help you find the perfect bottle for every occasion. 042 Wine and Spirits, located on West Government Street in Brandon.
Hey guys, I have a secret for you. We notice. We notice when you're tired all the time. We notice when your drive is gone. We notice when you're just not feeling that into us. But here's the good news. It might not be your age. It might be your testosterone level. Hey y'all, I'm Morgan at Men's Health of Mississippi. We help men just like you. We specialize in giving you back your strength, your energy, stamina, and confidence. Don't settle for feeling less than your best. Call Men's Health of Mississippi today to find out what your testosterone level is. Trust me, we'll notice that too.
It's time to fall into savings at Mazda of Jackson. With ball games, road trips, and all the busyness, don't miss a thing. With 2.9% financing for 36 months on a new 2025 Mazda CX-5. Or get 2.9% financing for 63 months on the 2025 CX-90. 1-year maintenance is included on your new vehicle purchase. And take advantage of the pre-tariff inventory that's almost gone. Shop online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road in Jackson.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness of Mississippi. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the blue plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
This holiday, money should never stand between you and your dreams.
At Juniker's, there's always a way. I'm Corey Ravenstein.
And I'm John Ravenstein. That's why, given the high interest rates, we're now offering special 3 years interest-free financing at Juniker Jewelry Company. That's 3 years, 36 months, interest-free financing for qualified buyers.
Buy those gorgeous $5,000 diamond stud earrings she's always wanted from Juniker's and pay just $139 per month.
Buy that big, beautiful $10,000 diamond ring and pay just $277 per month.
Buy a $3,000 diamond tennis bracelet for just $84 per month.
Whatever you want at Juniker Jewelry Company, just divide the price by 36 and that's your monthly payment.
Shop now for Christmas and save.
Because right now, through the end of the month, get 3 years, 36 months, interest-free.
Juniker Jewelry Company, Mississippi's direct diamond importer. 1485 Highland Colony Parkway, just south of 463 in Madison, and JunikerJewelry.com.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
I'm Chubb Matthews, filling in for Clay Edwards today. He'll be back tomorrow morning, 7:07. He had some personal business today, funeral to go to, and that's just the way it is. Okay, there's a barn burner at Varner Farms tonight. That is a political barn burner. It'll be going on tonight. It's one of those grip and grin events. So if you go to Grip and Grin, go look it up and check on that. Or meanwhile, you need to start going to Grip and Grin to where you can be informed. But this barn burner is going to be in Florence, Mississippi tonight on 469. And that is brought to you by Farm Bureau. So let's look at this thing. Civil rights versus equal rights. Do we know the difference? Do you understand what's going on? You know, it's amazing that when James Meredith integrated Ole Miss back in the 62, 63, that we were so divided in the state, black and white, Republican and Democrat, that we didn't see what was going on. We didn't understand that a person was going to school and he wanted equal rights, did not want civil rights. He wanted to be treated equal. And the government, in order to sell it to us, to hide it from us, called it civil rights because they wanted to say that that is for the blacks to be happy. This will shut them up. And they had their civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King and them going out pushing that. But Malcolm X didn't fall in line with that. Malcolm X said that the white liberal is a bad thing, which it turns out that was the truth. The white liberal is a bad thing. Because the reality is, you got equal rights, you got civil rights. Civil rights are based on race. Because, you know, and as a white person, when you ever said that my civil rights were violated, a black man would look at you and say, you ain't got no civil rights. Because they claim those as their own. When in reality, it's equal across the board. There's no such thing as reverse racism. Whites are racist and blacks are not. That's just the way they see it. That's the way everybody sees it to a degree, unless, of course, you're white. But if you have equal rights, we don't have to worry about civil rights. If we'd all quit worrying about being Republican or Democrat and just worry about being Americans who want the best for us, you would just want equal rights. That guy gets what you get, period. When you go to apply for a job, the only thing on the application is name. Underneath it, it says American or other. That's it. That's all it should be on the ballot. That's all it should be on anything. If we ran for office as nonpartisan, they got rid of all the political parties on the ballot, would that be a good thing or a bad thing? Because then the people would have to show up and push themselves as politicians to stand on their own principle rather than the party. Because the party on either side, state to state, issue to issue, not everything they do is right on either side. You know, you can't stand for one thing. You got to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and understand what the world is about. What is right? What is wrong? Like, for instance, in Mississippi, if you're from Canton, Mississippi, you're going to have to vote Democrat. And why are you going to have to vote Democrat? In city elections, there are no Republicans on the ballot, except for me in the mayor's race. Your aldermen are going to be Democrat. So you got to pick what you're going to pick. And I get a kick out of everybody that goes, well, Les Penn is an alderman from Canton, and he's a Republican. And why do you say he's a Republican? He's white. He's a Democrat. He comes from a family that's been Democrat all my life. And we're good Democrats. Okay? If you can imagine that. And I mean, I thought the world of that family and still do. But for us to paint a picture that says you're white, so you're Republican, you're black, so you're Democrat, that's wrong. And that's where we mess up in this world. And that's where you as a black person or you as a white person deciding something based on that. And then the very legislature that we select from Mississippi goes down there to Jackson. Yes, they say it's a supermajority, but we all know it's a bunch of rhinos. They take in some more Democrats to beef up the rhino session for this coming up year. And then they want to tell us that school choice is a black-white issue, Republican-Democrat issue. No, it's only about the kids and getting the kids educated. Everything else has to do with how we're going to split up the money. When every piece of land in this state is taxed for the schools. It's all taxed for the schools. If you have a business, you're paying school tax. If you have a house, you're paying school tax. Everybody's paying the tax for the schools. Black, white, Republican, Democrat, independent. So what are we going to do? We're going to sit back and let legislators continue to tell us what we're going to do. We even have the current governor. I usually side with everything Tate does, but Tate's pushing school choice, and they make it sound like you're either for Trump or you're for the Southern Poverty Law Center. I don't want to hear that crap. That's not what it is. I am for Trump. I think Trump is great. If he wanted to be king, I'd call him king. But his term will be up at the end of his term. That's it. You know, that's that. And then we'll elect a new king. Okay, so we'll elect a president. Let's get back to reality. We'll elect a new president, and his name will probably be J.D. Vance. But the reality is we have that choice. And for you to try to sway us with advertising that you got to vote for the school choice bill when, one, you hadn't written a word down on a piece of paper. That makes it hard for me to decide which side I'm on. Because y'all might come up with something, but we all know that the Benny Thompson district needs a different situation compared to Madison and Rankin County and those counties on the coast and Hattiesburg and probably up in Hernando. They probably all are in good shape. You know, Hernando this year lowered their city tax. Their aldermen lowered their city tax. Maybe all the aldermen in Hernando need to be put in charge of running everything in the state. Because that's the goal. The goal is to pay less taxes. When you have extra money, you don't keep it. You give it back to the people. If you're going to take all our money, do something good with it. Give it to the teachers. Give it to the kids. Redo the school system where you pay for things from the bottom up, just like we do in the government. In the government, voting-wise, the city is stronger than the county. The county is stronger than the congressional district. The congressional district is stronger than the state. And that's the way it's set up. And if you don't believe that, deal with the voter election situation, because they're not going to come help you. There is nobody from the state. I have a letter from Lynn Fitch that says, yes, there was a lot of fraud there, but we're not coming. We can't help you there. That's got to be handled locally. Then when your local boards are corrupt, then you got a problem. And that's what keeps happening in our districts. That's what happens in Jackson, in Hinds County, in Madison County, and different places where the corruption lives. That's how it happens. And at the point, the kids in the drive-through at Chick-fil-A would do a better job running the government. Boy, did you say a mouthful. I mean, they seem to be able to make change. I mean, that kills me how many people can't make change out of a dollar. But our government needs help. And our government needs you to vote for right people when they go into office. Make sure the person you vote for is qualified. Make sure your person knows something about something. And I know it's sad when you go to look at a ballot and you say, all of them are idiots. Well, put your name on the ballot and run. If you're not an idiot. Because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take more people stepping up and being a part of the process to correct the world, to correct anything. And then when you don't want to run for office, you still have a responsibility of holding the person that gets elected accountable for what they do and what they don't do. So y'all, get out and vote. Right now we're voting for a judge, and we're voting for somebody to replace John Horn in the state Senate. And you need to get out and go vote absentee. And you need to go out and vote. But there's not going to be that many people vote. Y'all, they're counting on nobody showing up to vote. Politicians count on nobody showing up. And they say, if we can just get our people out, we get our 100, 200 people out, that'll be 100 people on the other side. And that's it. And you think they go into office to represent thousands of people, and only a few hundred showed up in special elections. And that's just the facts. You're just not interested. You don't care. You don't care enough, people. You want to know what's wrong with the world? You don't care. Start caring about what's going on around you. Start caring. You know, that's why religion is such a big thing with the Republican Party, because it teaches you to care about the other person. And look, there are Democrats out there that go to church too. There's some Republicans that would be surprised to find that out. And we're in Mississippi. Everybody is Christian based. Everybody knows what to do. It's the 10% of the crazies and the 10% that get into office, or less than that percent, who can move the needle statewide. And when you look at these TV stations locally, you know, why can't you just report the news? Why you got to dish one side or the other? You can all tell they all hate Trump. It's amazing. We'll be back with more right here on the Clay Edwards Show. I'm Chip Matthews filling in. I'm on every morning, 6 a.m. right here on WYAB. We'll be back with more right here on the Clay Edwards Show. I'm Chip Matthews filling in. I'm on every morning, 6 a.m. right here on WYAB.
.1039 WYAB.
Rotor's Plumbing of Pearl, your familiar plumber with the similar name. Locally owned and operated by Chris Rotor, Rotor's Plumbing is no franchise, simply lower prices and better service without the dreaded overpriced upsell. Rotor's is one of the few places you'll find that actually specialize in tankless water heater repair, as well as being your full-service plumber. And most importantly, service after the sale, meaning the techs actually answer your call, with misses averaging callbacks of 10 minutes or less. Rotor's Plumbing at ROEDERSplumbing.com.
It's more than just your lawn. It's your fairway to heaven. It deserves the Kubota Z400. Class-leading speed, agility, a powerful transmission, simple deck height adjustments, and a quality cut. When you need comfort, convenience, and performance, then you need the professional-grade Kubota Z400. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Divini Equipment, serving you in Madison and Jackson. Stop, call, or click at DiviniEquipment.com.
Antique Mall of the South has 14,000 square feet of pristine, clean floor space. Home to beautiful, timeless antique treasures. Antique Mall of the South is open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. Check them out online at antiquemallofthesouth.com or go to the Antique Mall of the South Facebook page. You can also read the dozens of 5-star reviews online. Come see for yourself at Antique Mall of the South in Ridgeland. Now open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. That's Antique Mall of the South, Highway 51 in Ridgeland.
There's never been a better time to buy a new construction home in the city of Brandon at Hyde Park. Take advantage of builder incentives, including seller pay closing costs or rate buydowns that help you lower your payment by hundreds. Prices start at $299,000 at Hyde Park. These beautiful homes offer LVP flooring, gas fireplace, and 2-car garages, all backed by a wonderful builder's warranty. Hey, I'm Brad Burleson with UList Realty, and I'd love to show you around Hyde Park anytime. Give us a look at our website, ulistms.com, or simply Google Hyde Park Brandon.
Picture owning a piece of land where your dreams can take root and flourish. This is Tom Smith from Tom Smith Land and Homes, Mississippi's premier land and home real estate resource. I want to help you find your own paradise where you can build the home that you've always wanted or just enjoy the great outdoors. Tom Smith Land and Homes can help you secure your own slice of heaven right here in Mississippi. Visit TomSmithLandandHomes.com to invest in you and your family's legacy for today and tomorrow.
Hey, this is Travis with Rapid Oil Change, the leader in fast service and fleet account maintenance for over 40 years. Providing routine maintenance for most makes and models, keeping downtime to a minimum. We've set most local and national fleet accounts. Can't see at night? Headlights faded? Check out our newest service, the Bright Line Headlight Restore Kit by Mighty Automotive. Available now. Keep your vehicle ready for the road ahead and drive hard with Castrol Edge. Open 6 days a week with 6 locations to serve. Visit us online for specials at oilchangems.com.
What are people saying about Tom's Fried Pies in Richland?
I'm on a diet. I don't want to be down there at Tom's Fried Pies. We had a good time. When I tell you the crust was flaky, I'm talking about buttery. This was nothing like I've ever tasted. Ever. I mean, I've never tasted anything like that, man. It was nice. Atmosphere was nice. Everybody there was nice. Because I'll be back, even though I don't supposed to with my diet. I really enjoyed myself.
Tom'sFriedPies.com. Tom'sFriedPies.com. Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association wants you to stay away from downed power lines. Downed power lines carry the risk of deadly electric shock, even if the broken wire is not sparking. If a wire is crossing a road or driveway, avoid the area and keep others away. If you see a downed power line, back away and call your utility company or 911. When you call, be prepared to provide the specific address or location of the downed power line so a repair crew can get there as quickly as possible. This safety message brought to you by Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Hey, this is Chip Matthews filling in for Clay Edwards. I've enjoyed being here. Clay will be back tomorrow morning, 7:07. Coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, a special hour. It's normally Clay's business hour, but it's going to be Andrew Gosser. No telling what he has in store for y'all today, but he is one of the good ones. He's one of the good guys, and he'll be on from 9 until noon today. And there's a chance he's on to 1 o'clock because Lindsay is flying back across the country, and you know, there's a government shutdown. It's hard to get back and forth right now. We got to open the government back up. Democrats, Republicans, get on your phone. Call your senators. Call senators in other states. Tell them, look, you know you need to go back to work. Get off your butt and go back to work. Because the fact that the people that do work and you're keeping them from getting paid is a big deal. I know you don't care. They got a government job. They're catching back up. Yeah, that's true. That's all true. But it shouldn't be that way. The government, when you shut it down, you got to shut it down. And I think it's good that Trump and them are not negotiating because they're wanting crazy things. The Democrats want a bunch of fluff. Benny Thompson right there with them. You know he is. But all the states, if they really told the truth, our Republican leadership, if you told them they were going to give them $1, they'd vote right along with it. I mean, because I don't trust them. You don't trust them. You know that they can be bought. That's why currently in the state of Mississippi, we don't have a ballot initiative. We don't have what we need. We're talking about sports betting. We've opened every sin tax except prostitution in Mississippi to try to put money into place to fund PERS and to fund schools and to fund everything. And every sin tax that we have passed is going to be the next tax that helps everything. It's going to pay for everything. Casinos were going to be the end of it all. The lottery was going to be the end of it all. We can't fund anything. We can't pay for anything. We don't address the problem and solve the problem. We sit back and don't care. We go out and vote. The 20% of us go out and vote. We care. 80% don't. 80% is giving up. And why are they giving up? It's because the politician knows that all he's got to do is hold his hand out, take that extra money from people, and get beat in the head, be told, he goes, you're going to get a little backlash on this school choice thing. Never mind, it's not even written. But you take the school choice side, we'll let you go. We'll make it easy on you. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we give a whole hour to school choice. You be here, so I'll be here, and Jamie Krull will be here. And we also bring in somebody from the other side. Leah Ferretti comes in. We have both sides in the studio most days. I don't know if we will tomorrow, but we'll have both sides in here, and we talk about it because that's the way we got to do it. And if you want to talk about it, make sure you call in tomorrow and talk to us about it because and some of you legislators need to get off your butt and come up here. You'd learn a whole lot. Because you need to talk it out. You need to understand the issues. Clay Edwards will be back tomorrow morning, 7:07. I am Chip Matthews. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Kim Wade's up at 4. Andrew Gosser is up next. I will see y'all later. Goodbye. Enjoyed it.